want to talk about price increases for a little bit, and that's going to lead me down a road to a tangent. And I want your guys' input on this, okay? So you guys be ready to fire your fingers up, shoot me a text, and let me know what you think about it. But I do believe that companies that don't have a price increase are going to struggle the next year or two, at least this year. And if you don't have a price increase this year, you're probably going to be struggling, for a couple years, just trying to think you're going to fix it with more work. I think I saw on the news the other night that our inflation rate was at like 7.5% or something. And I mean, that's a pretty significant inflation rate. And, I also saw yesterday, I was reading an article, and, I tell you guys all the time, I don't like to read, but I read what I got to read. And I'm not proud that I don't like to read, because I think it's a great way to educate yourself. But I was reading an article, and they were talking about the Federal Reserve probably in March or April for sure. We're probably going to have a boost in interest rates. So, it's just something for you guys to be thinking about. If you're thinking about equipment, first of all, we got to think about the availability of equipment, but whether it's trucks or equipment or whatever it is, money's probably going to start costing us a little bit more to try to slow the economy down a little bit from the standpoint of this inflation. So, just something to be thinking about. And, and you have a price increase, and I understand that it's nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking for us to send ours out. It was nerve-wracking for you to send yours out. But for you guys that are out there on the fence still, I mean, I just want you to be aware that you've got to get past that fear factor and send those price increases out. Yeah, you're going to lose some customers. Absolutely going to lose some customers. And, we've had some cancellations already. I mean, yeah, I'll just be the first one to say, yeah, we've had some people that, obviously weren't loyal to us. They were loyal to the price they were paying. And I think we're going to see that customer carousel start spinning here pretty soon for most of us. And I think keeping your pricing the same isn't necessarily, if you can keep your price the same and you know why you charge what you charge, let's go down that route for a minute. Then that's okay. But when you got an inflation rate of 7.5%, and then we're looking at, fuel that's up 20% and food that's up X number of percentages, and it's different in each of our markets. But that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today here on Profit Time is how do we make the adjustments we need to make, and no, I'm not saying there's not going to be any more 0% loans. Okay. There's still going to be, I think there's still going to be some of that out there for sure. But I think when it comes to some other things, we're going to see a bump in some of that, some of those interest rates for sure. God, I remember I'm not saying it's going this high. It's not my forte to speculate on it, but I remember back in the early 80s, like 82, 83, 1982, 1983, and I know some of you guys weren't even born then, but we had interest rates 18, 19, 20%. And I mean, the cost of buying something on time, man, was crazy. Was crazy. So who knows how high it's going to go or how long it's going to go up before it comes back down. But the reality is you're going to have to be prepared from a business perspective for it. And know that you're going to have to probably raise some pricing, because when you have pricing coming in, maybe not everything's going up within your business or my business or all of our businesses, but a lot of things have gone up. And, a lot of what we provide, when I say we as an industry, whether it's landscape lighting or fertilization weed control, landscaping, mowing. Think of all the different services you provide and ask yourself, what are most of the dollars that we go after from the residential market? And most of those dollars are things that people want, not necessarily what they need. So me and you, some of the services that we offer are going to be some of the first things that get cut. I mean, we've had a several of our customers call and talk to us about that, hey, our fuel's gone up, our electric's gone up, food's gone up, all these other things have gone up, and now you guys have also gone up. So, how are you going to justify your cost to your customers? Have you thought about that? And I know that's the resistance for some of why they haven't, I was talking to a company the other day, and he's like, well, we haven't sent ours out yet because we don't want to give them time to look. If we send it out, we feel like if we send it out too early, then it's going to give our customers too much time to look and shop and find somebody new. So, I mean, there's different perspectives on it, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I mean, we could talk about that for a whole show, and the good, bad, the ugly on that mindset, as well as the good, bad, the ugly on the mindset of, well, what are we going to do?